Last week, I dyed my hair pitch black using one of the most innovative dyeing techniques ever to commemorate the launch of my white paddle brush. Many of you were not a fan of this look, and even more of you were so confused and concerned by what hair transformation can follow afterwards. You guys were especially not happy with how this brush ended up looking. But look how cute she is. Today I'm gonna dye over my pitch black hair and show you how it's done. You guys were absolutely vocal over my last hair transformation where I took pitch black dye and dyed it all over my very gorgeous copper hair. Out of all of the comments left, this one was my favorite comment. Many of you were absolutely concerned how I was going to cover over this seemingly permanent hair color, especially because my hair wasn't that dark to begin with. But as with any of the videos in my series, we're going to tackle this using color theory and logic. We're not going to panic, we're not going to go into crisis mode, we are simply going to analyze the situation and figure out a solution. Let's start with the basics. My hair isn't black. The reason I picked black in my last video is because I obviously wanted to build up hype and stir the pot a tiny bit, especially because I was releasing a white brush. The brush obviously performed amazingly, and I'm also going to be linking this in case you've missed it. It is amazing. It is the only brush that you need for every single one of your hair transformations. This one is the most recent one that was just launched. Obviously, it's available in other colors as well. But I chose pitch black hair to commemorate the release of it, and it caused a bit of drama. It went viral like a bunch of places. However, I actually did put in a bit of thought when choosing such a color, and there were two reasons why I was absolutely not panicking over what color I can do afterwards. First reason, I chose a semi-permanent hair color. Pretty much all of the hair colors that I do that are more creative or fun tend to be semi-permanent. The reason for it is because they do not last. I love this quality about them. Most of them last between 10 to 30 washes, and semi-permanent black, although it is black, does that exact same thing. Also, semi-permanent black is never actually black dye. It is usually a composition of purples, greens, and blues, so I knew that in some way this color was going to fade into one of these three colors. Second reason, my hair is extremely porous. That means that the cuticle of my hair is open, which means that it leaches color quicker than any other hair. Which means that my hair now looks like this. Practically no black anywhere, and all of the black did in fact pick up this incredibly gorgeous purple color. The only areas that I still have black in is kind of here. And the reason for that is that it is the only reason that is a tiny bit less porous, meaning the cuticle is closed so it can retain color more. I'm not that fussed because I like the dimensionality of the look. Even though my hair is not black, it is a multitude of different colors. We've got copper at the roots, really absolutely beautiful. Some banding or patchiness of black kind of just around the front of the hair, nowhere really else, but it is there. Purples kind of towards the end. This was the black that has since leached out all of the dark pigment and left me with a purple base. And finally, we've got this somewhat neutral, kind of copper, kind of blonde base over here. Many people will at some point in their hair journey look like this. Patchy, uneven, some darker, some lighter, and that is a reality if you're going to be touching your hair yourself. I have this exact result, and I'm going to show you how I am personally going to tackle this. Chill. So what I'm going to be analyzing is what is the darkest shade of my hair. So the darkest part of my hair is currently between a level 5 and a level 4, making it somewhere around 4.5. The rest of my hair is actually quite light, making it somewhere between these sections. Now that I have that, two questions. One, am I okay with bleaching my hair to bring up the lightness of the hair to match the rest of it? My answer today is going to be no. So that brings me to question two. Am I okay with darkening most of my hair to bring it to match that one piece of hair? And today my answer is going to be yes. So you're probably able to tell based on all of the small bits and bobs that are currently on my face what color we are choosing. It is one that I absolutely loathe. Purple. Today I am dyeing over my pitch black hair with purple hair dye. Let's go! I've made it absolutely no secret in the past that purple is my least favorite hair color. I don't know why. It is just, it's an in-between color that I do not like. Most of it. Like all of these shades of purple, I do not like. But there is one singular shade of purple that I kind of like. It kind of gets me all tingly and I'm like, you know what? This one's cute. And it is eggplant. And so today I'm actually going to be using Xmondo's own hair colors in Super Purple and Berry to get the most beautiful eggplant color to cover up my color correction mess without needing to touch permanent dyes or bleach. Let's get mixing. Did you know this is shatterproof? Yes, it is. Many of you don't believe me, so stick around. I smash it with a hammer and fail. Okay. Xmondo obviously released these dyes and he very kindly sent me the dyes. You guys have such an obsession with Xmondo, rightfully so. He is the hair king himself from YouTube, and if you want to tag him in this video, I ain't gonna say no. Also, let me know if we should send one of my brushes to Brad, because I think he could look really good using one whenever he's doing his transformative videos on his beautiful mannequin head. Actually, let's add in some super glue as well. Comment below if you think this is already going to be one of the best dyes ever. Let's mix it together and see what happens. Okay, so any of you who have followed color theory will know that mixing red and blue will give nothing but purples. The blue did intensify it and darken it a tiny bit. However, I'm going to completely empty out my tub. So here's a fun fact for you. I am currently working on my own dye line, and one of the things that obviously benefits me but also benefits you is I'm trying to figure out pain points from previous dye lines that I've worked with to figure out kind of where I stand in terms of opinion about them. And one of the things that I, as an artist, as a creative who likes to mix and match, do not like is this tub application dye. I know that Brad has previously mentioned that he did this so that you can dip your brush in and go straight onto it, and I love that. That is an incredible kind of feature to have. But I am a colorful creator. I like to mix and match and I like to experiment. It's quite a tedious process to kind of, you know, open, get a spatula, reach into it. So my packaging will not be a tub format. You can try guess what I'm going for, but I am focusing very much on ease of use when you're rushing. I'm gonna make my life more interesting, and I want to take a page out of Sophie Hannah's hair currently, and I'm actually going to add in a fully black money piece to conceal these two black bits. The rest of it is going to be gorgeous purple. Let's get into it! I know that this white top is already giving you anxiety, so obviously I'm gonna fix that and I'm gonna change into another white top. Let's start with the money piece. It's called fashion, darling. Look it up. Now, dyeing my hair typically gives me a ton of wrinkles because I'm always like this. So the whole video I'm going to try to not do that. So eyebrows down, baby girl, eyebrows down, okay? So to anyone who is new here and doesn't know me, hi, my name is Stella. I am a 25-year-old hairstylist and hair creator, and I started filming my hair tutorials when I was 15. Last March, I launched my brand, and I launched with literally 2 products, 2 premium hair brushes, paddle brushes, and last week I launched my 3rd and final paddle brush, the most beautiful paddle brush in my opinion on the market, called Regali. I want to start off by saying thank you to literally every single one of you who has ordered. I don't believe I've made it clear how thankful I am that you are in my very young brand and how much you guys love the product. I spent 2 years designing it, right? I was going back and forth with my product design team to make sure that I was putting on the market something that wasn't a waste of money. It definitely is not a cash grab. It was definitely not a way for me to just be like, hey, create something, put the price tag of it up, and then just get rich, because that was not at all the intention. We spent literally 2 years making it and then going back and forth with our manufacturer to make sure that our products were of the right quality, could tolerate and withstand a very busy salon. And anyways, last March I launched it, and to every single one of you who have bought, and we've gotten since then obviously hundreds and hundreds of orders, thank you. like, genuinely, thank you. I think I've gotten so many orders, obviously from the US, but I've gotten from Bahrain, Cote d'Ivoire, Australia, France, Germany, Switzerland, from Hungary, which is where my mom is from Malta, which is where I'm from, Italy, Abu Dhabi, and it is always so amazing because I monitor obviously all of my orders. One of the things that is continuously a sore spot for many people is the price tag. I launched 3 brushes that were all over the $50 price tag. For me as a business and for you as a consumer, obviously I was trying to find a way to see if I can lower the price because 50 is a lot for a product. But the reality is that this brush is way more expensive to produce in the first place because there's not much like it on the market. And I know that it pisses you off when I say that because you're gonna be like, oh my God, but it's just a brush. But it is not. That's like saying all cars are the same because they are cars. They get you from A to B. But the reality is that there's so much that goes into every single car make and model, and they're going to be priced so differently. And so today I kind of want to open up to you about what it is like to launch a product, especially a product that you are manufacturing. You're not white labeling, you're not putting your name and brand onto something that exists. To give you an idea, I initially approached my product designers with a clay model of a brush idea that I had, which is this extremely extravagant brush, because I'm like, I hate that every brush that I've ever used in my life was ugly. It was utilitarian. Sometimes it wasn't even functional because the bristles would melt or the bristle pad would pop out or the whole thing would kind of separate, or some of them get this really like sticky coating on top and it would be just disgusting. So I was like, the first thing that I want to make a standard product that literally so many people use day to day. I want to make it pretty. Because so many products that we use have gotten this like glamification, but the brushes, in my opinion, have never gotten that, even though they are something that stylists use continuously, home users use continuously. And so I was like, let me take this to them and we create 3 different designs. Initially it was going to be 1, but then we were like, no, this deserves literally 3 different designs for the 3 different personalities that I feel use the brushes. And so we created Divina, which is the black one, for stylists. There's no functional difference between the brushes. They're all literally made extremely well. They have heat-proof bristles, twisted handles, which not only looks good, but it's really comfortable to grip. They are made with a weighted body, so you're going to notice when you're using this. And they're also made with recycled material, which I don't think I made a big enough fuss about. Do you know how expensive recycled material is? But I was like, no, don't create new shit for me. Just use what there is already on this planet. So all of our bodies are made with certified recycled material. Anyways, the brush design is a registered design. I'm super proud that it is a registered design. It means that I own the design, but that obviously meant that it needed its own mold. The mold for just the body of the brush was 30,000 USD. The product design to create the product cost 60,000 USD. That was for all of my incredible team who have helped bring the product to life. The time we spent to test and 3D print different versions and then create sampling and then just create something tangible from the intangible. The stock is also extremely expensive. And keep in mind, if I did something that already exists, I could have brought this price down, but I had no intention of creating something that already existed because I wasn't happy with what there was on the market. But I do want to kind of just put into perspective of why the price tag that there is on the market on my website is the price tag that you find. I can totally understand if a $50 brush is not for you. That makes sense, obviously. Buy what's within your budget and obviously buy what makes sense to you. If you're not someone who cares that much about your hair tools, if you're not really a hair enthusiast, that's fine. Use what you have, use what's in your budget. But if you, like me, care about how the things look, care about how they're made, care about their lifetime quality, care about sustainability efforts, and also care about who creates the product, then maybe this brush might be for you. I'm sorry, that was a lot. But I did want to kind of just bring even attention to other brand owners or people who might want to create their own products. Like, these things are expensive, and especially if you're creating something from scratch and if you're going to be paying particular attention to quality and aesthetics, these are all going to drive the price up. Many of you were so pissed, especially on Instagram, at the fact that I still haven't released wigs or hair dye. Working on it. Trust me, the next products that you're going to be getting is wigs. Visit my Instagram page because I've been non-stop sampling the wigs that I intend to buy over the last few months. If you go through my Instagram and you're curious to see what we're launching with first, you can fairly easily tell. I'm not going to say which one it is, but you can fairly easily tell. Okay, now it's time to do the money piece, which I'm going to dye all black. Comment below if you think this is a good idea. I think it's freaking fantastic. Right now I'm holding it up to the light and I can see that the whole thing is just like a really deep, deep, deep blue. Very rarely is it ever going to be true black. Okay, and I will see you in 3, 2, 1. You guys non-stop ask me where this is from. This is the niftiest, most powerful, tiny hairdryer out there, and it is from Amazon, and it is $150. I'm going to be linking it down below. I have a really silly idea for a hairstyle. I think it's possible. I'm gonna create a hairstyle that I don't know is possible to do, but I think it is. But I tend to think that about most hairstyles, so. That is how you fix a color correction mistake. Oh mama, this is such a gothic look. It is giving me serious Wednesday Addams vibe, especially with my nails that used to be white are no longer. But this is the finished look. I know that we started out with an issue of black, and technically it looks now like we added in more black into our hair, but this hair is actually one of my favorite because it uses really beautiful uses of complementary colors, in this case really deep purples with pitch black dye. I feel like I'm wearing a bit of a headpiece, which technically I am, but I think it's cool. And it's a not so permanent way of having really super dark hair. So this is the end look. I could not be more happy with it. I think there are such gorgeous colors, the two that go together. The very deep purple that I have all over my hair that ended up looking so absolutely beautiful. And then to tie in a bit of elements from the previous look, we went with a pitch black money piece, which I think is such a fun look. Black fades out to purple, so as this fades, it's going to blend in so absolutely beautifully with the rest of my hair. This is then an extension piece that I just added to my extremely short hair to create this gorgeous ethereal headpiece, inspired obviously by Divina. We went with the classic twisted handle, also known as a rope braid. There you have it, ladies and gents. If you have a really mixed hair color and it's really patchy and you're scared a tiny bit, don't worry. Let's look at it logically and see what our possibilities are. In this case, my possibilities were to just reinforce the black but go in with purple all over. And the end result is a really beautiful cohesive look that no longer looks like a patchy home job. This looks like next level dye jobs. All of the products are going to be linked in the description box below, including Xmondo's Super Purple and Berry, Arctic Fox's Transylvania, both of which I'm going to be linking down below, as well as my beautiful Regali and Divina brush, which helped me achieve this beautiful hair color, and my Amazon hair dryer. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, join the Stella fam. Let's learn a thing or two together. We are a judgment-free zone where I'm going to be teaching you all the best ways to fix hair mistakes as well as create the hair of your dreams. A mess up is never a mess up. It is an opportunity for something new. Mark my words. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, babies. I love you!